I think we're good to go. Okay, how's it going, everybody? This is TinyTrainer Race3 Brackets. We're going to be going straight into the sports bracket with IBFPV, Mythical, and Abnormal. And they're going to race 3 times back-to-back for points. And the way that's going to look is kind of like DRL, where they're just going to battle it out. 3 heats where it all counts for points. And if anybody ties after those 3 heats, we do a sudden death heat with those tied pilots, just to get those top 2 spots. Actually, it's only going to be 3, not the 4 we see. Skyfox, unfortunately, had to leave early. He's not feeling well. But we're going to be going straight into this with our pilots. So you can see how our top 16 went while these pilots get plugged in and get on the blocks, if you guys want to do that. Abnormal, I know you're out there if you want to get plugged in. Let's see if he's moving. I don't see him out there. That means he might be making his way in here. But after qualifying, we ended up with Infinity in first place, followed by Mr. Chouse. Mr. Chouse is sitting there meditating on that seat, thinking about what he did wrong to not get that #1 spot. He said his only goal today is to just crush the competition. If he doesn't do that, life doesn't really matter that much, is basically what he said. Actually, what came out of Mr. Chow's mouth is he's just going to do his thing. Whatever happens, happens. He hasn't flown in a while. He doesn't want to put any pressure on himself. He's just going to have fun out there. But I'll be rooting for Mr. Chow's. Do we have our pilots plugged in yet? Let's see. Let's get me off this full screen view. Mythical, IBFPV, and Abnormal. We're going to be racing to 4 laps. Or do you guys want to do 3 laps? Let's do 3 laps for this. For the sports bracket, we'll do 3 laps. You guys going to race to 3 laps? And I need to get this live chat showing up. We'll do 3 races per group, but whenever we do the 4 for the pro bracket, like there'll be 4 separate heats, we'll cycle through them, and then we'll do that 3 times. We're not going to do 3 back-to-back for those ones. There's no loser's bracket. So you actually race more in this than you would in a loser's bracket. You only get to lose twice if you start off that way. Yeah. But I can't see any live chat. We're going to have to look at it right there. We got all 3 pilots ready to go? Nope, we got 1 second from, who was it? Okay, so he says he's good now. IBFPV, this is his first time racing a TinyTrainer. Mythical doesn't want any spotlight on himself. He just kind of wants to do his thing. And then we got Abnormal, who showed up a little late today, but he's going to be giving it all he's got. So we're going to be going on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
And just like that, they're off. We're going to be looking at them going around these 2 flags, then bringing it into our little corkscrew section. It's a 180 turn, followed by a corkscrew, then into our triple gate section, a tight split S, followed by a 180-degree turn. Then they go into the wrap it up pull to the clothesline, and then into the creepy corner, and bringing it all the way back around to do another lap. But we're in the lead with IBFPV, followed by Abnormal. Mythical getting a little mixed up there, but the nice thing about this format is that it doesn't matter if he gets 1 heat wrong. He's got 2 more to make up for it. Get those nerves out.
Mythical lap 1.
Mythical getting 1 lap under his belt. Abnormal on his lid, going to give Mythical some time to make it into the top 16. But just like that, IBFPV finishing it off. Did he actually get it? Okay, looks like we had a false read on one of his laps. So IBFPV, keep going.
Ib finished in first. 60 seconds remaining. Mythical lap 2 in second. Ib
it just keeps calling them. Okay, but you're definitely done now, IBFPV. Yeah.
Ib finished in first.
Oh. We're We're definitely going to have to rewatch this one while they get new
Mythical finished in
batteries. It looks like
second.
Mythical's in second, Abnormal trying to
30
finish it
seconds
off.
remaining.
While you guys go get your quads and get new batteries, I'm going to make sure to verify that all these laps were
Abnormal
correct.
finished in third.
But real quick, since we were getting IBFPV 1,000 times, we're going to hurry up, edit him, and set his gain to 80%. Because that's
10
usually good
seconds
whenever they're
remaining.
all over the place. Okay, the Georgia Gurgle showing up today.
Race over.
Yeah, go ahead and get some new batteries on, put those quads on the blocks. I'm going to rewatch this heat, make sure all those laps were legit. Let's see. Yeah, Abnormal just kind of got a little squirrely there. Oh, he did the ladder wrong there. But I think Abnormal finished third. So as long as Mythical did it right, we're good. Mythical? I don't think he even made it through the timing gate. It's going to be a toss-up between Mythical and Abnormal, both of them missing gates. So, well, we're just going to see who got the most real laps. But IBFPV definitely getting first. Yeah, laughing with them. Yeah, IBFPV was good. Hey, did you turn up your VTX or change VTXs? Because we were catching you everywhere. Yeah, we do. I mean, it's worth it. Well, let's see. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3 being IBFPV 1, Mythical 2, Abnormal 3. This time, let's try to get all the gates right, though. Here it is. We're gonna test, let's test some quads. Okay. Well, Abnormal missed a gate too, so like, it's like you're both a lap down. Yeah, and it's not like screaming or anything. But well, this time it was getting you everywhere. Okay, let's try it again. Heat 2 of our sports bracket. Pretty sure I can just do copy pilots, add race, paste pilots. But you can get a little glimpse of what our future heats are going to look like here, with Heat 1 being Postal Service Yawsome Ghost Flyboy, Heat 2 FPV Nate, Mr. Chalice Calculus TX, and then whoever bumps up from this heat, and then we got Adrone, Quad Doc Zombie, and me. Oh, that's going to be fun. Then we got Mookie, Infinity, another bump up, and Alien. I think we're going to have some great racing in these heats. Do we have our 3 pilots ready to go?
Next up, round 1, race 2, with Mythical on R1, IBF on R7, Abnormal on R8.
Okay, we're going to be going on the tone. Remember, 3 laps. Remember, let's do the track
Arm your
right this
quads.
time.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they're off. Oh, Abnormal getting it wrong straight off the launch, giving Mythical and IBFPV kind of an easy 1-2 if he doesn't get back up. IBFPV keeping it slow and steady. First time flying what he said is a fast quad. He likes to do Street League, and he's gone to a quad rivals race. This is the 3rd race under his belt.
IBF lap 1 in first.
Did Mythical already do a lap? Mythical, is this your 2nd lap? Okay.
Mythical lap 1 in
Meaning
second.
Mythical was actually in the lead,
Lap 2 in
IBFPV
first.
trailing, but now IBFPV onto his third lap, followed by Mythical. This last lap is what it's going to come down to. IBFPV going into our triple gate section. Both of them going down. We're going to see who has turtle and who's running prop screws. This is our sports bracket. They're battling it out, but look like Mythical going into our clothesline section. IBFPV wrapping around the flag, bringing it in. Only a gate behind Mythical. Mythical finishing
Mythical
it off.
lap 2 in second.
Wait, looks like we missed 2 of his
Ib
laps.
finished in first. Mythical finished in
But
second.
I'm pretty confident Mythical
30
finished
seconds
first.
remaining.
IBFPV second.
Race over.
We're going to go ahead and replay that, but go ahead and get 3 batteries abnormal. Go find your quad. I'm going to put your real lap times in here. Looks like Mythical finished it off here. Oh, this was a sloppy one. I have a feeling we're going to see a few of those. I think we're going to have to give IBFPV the first place because Mythical missed another gate. He says, no. You want to see Mythical? Look, in this back corner, you go into this back corner over here, you crash, then you never go over the top. So yeah, technically that one didn't count. But I'm guessing on your future laps it did count. Let's see. Going under. Let's see if you go over this time. You didn't go over. Your second lap didn't count. Okay, for Mythical. Mythical, whenever you go under the pink line, you need to go back over the top. But, so IBFPV won. What? No, over there. When you go under, you... Oh, okay. Well, you come out over the top. So IBFPV first, Mythical second, Abnormal third. We're going again. One last time.
Next up, round 2, race 1.
Oops.
With Postal Service on R1.
I just
Blossom
grab
on
whatever's
R2,
closest to me.
Ghost on R7. Fly
No,
Boy
we're
on
doing
R8.
Mythical again. Add race, add race, add race.
Test. All right, yep, that's good.
If I click somewhere.
I think this one's definitely louder.
Maybe.
Next
here we
up,
go.
round 1, race 3.
How are these points
with
working
Mythical
out
on
right
R1.
now?
Ib on R7.
We've got
Abnormal on R8.
Mythical with 6 points, IBFPV with 8, and Abnormal with 4. I'm not sure Abnormal's going to be able to break this if he doesn't get first. He's switching a prop. We're going to be waiting for him to switch a prop, and then we're going to be sending it off. So let's just walk people through this track the way it's supposed to.
Hey, I got a question. Are we supposed to finish like that and fly straight into that screen like you did right there?
If you feel like paying this church $100,000.
Yeah, no.
That was just the rough estimate from Matt Hill on how much that TV costs. This is just solid $100,000. This TV is actually made up of tiny little panels, so it's like a bunch, like 50 different TVs to make up one TV. And then he's like, oh, I guess if you break one, you only got to replace the panel because you could pull them out. It's like modular, little panels. Which when we did the DRL race in Arlington, like those screens, those were all the same, like a bunch of little screens. And when you get close to it, like you can see the individual pixel. It's like huge, but whenever you're far away, it looks like the crispest screen you've ever seen. Just waiting on Abnormal to change. Oh, prop. Heart of America FPV says it's about 15K. Davo FPV says, I thought my sound was messed up. Is my sound messed up? Let's see what the stream sounds like. IBFPV says I'm always perfect. Have you watched one of our streams before, IBFPV? Yeah, then I could tell by that statement. Usually we're just figuring it out as we go. But I don't claim to be putting on a good live stream. That sounds good. There is a little bit of echo, but that's because they put reverb on here. Oh, the audio went away when we showed the video. Okay, looks like I don't have the audio source added to the sim scene. So I walked you through the track, trying to tell you how it's actually supposed to be done, but whenever they fly it again, I'll walk you through it, naming the sections. Mr. Charles is a We Bleed team captain? I did not know this. Charles, you didn't tell me that. Why didn't you tell me that?
That explains why I went so hard on the sim.
How many times have you won We Bleed races, Mr. Charles? It looks like he's saying these things with the little bubbles next to his head. He's saying, yeah, if that's board reverb and not just the room sound, turn it off. Well, I wish I could turn it off, but Matt said I have to keep it on. He said they use it because whenever they do their church live streams and they're singing, it doesn't sound very good whenever it's just their dry, raw voice because they don't have the acoustics of the room. So they add the reverb, and I get to keep it. My other option was to have the pastor's mic, which goes around my ear and goes towards my mouth, but he said I have to project. And I don't think I was ever given that skill. Not much of a projector. Is Abnormal ready to go yet? I heard a radio. Always got to check on it. Okay, we got 3 quads plugged in. Now we're going to be waiting for these pilots to join me up here in the sound booth, which basically feels like the stage. Like, rarely does a sound booth in a church get treated as a stage, I feel like. Usually the people back here are hiding out and acting like they're not even here. Putting on the show, though. You guys ready? Mythical looks happy. I don't know if he's trying to block out the light with his cheeks or if he's just grinning because he's ready to take this second place. Yep, that's a grin right there. You guys ready? Okay, we're going to be going on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Abnormal's going to need a first place if he wants to make it in this top 16. I'm kind of rooting for him because he brought me pizza.
You have to be able to stand
IBFPV into our triple gate section, followed by Mythical. Then did Abnormal just scoot through there? Whoa!
Abnormal lap 1 in
Abnormal
first.
with a 20-second lap, followed by IBFPV with a 22-second lap. Then we got Mythicals still working on lap 1.
Mythical lap 1 in third.
And 2 pilots down, Mythical still in the air. And as I say that, he goes down IBFPV into our Texas clothesline. I believe this element was brought to us by Limon FPV.
Lap 2 in first.
We used it a lot in Arizona, fell in love with it, wanted to bring it back. But IBFPV way out in the lead, bringing it through the corkscrew into our triple gate section. Basically wrapping up this lap.
60 seconds remaining.
And IBFPV wraps it up there. We got clean video, or I guess no bleeding over here. Do you have no video? Well, I would stop flying. If you can't see. Which
30
mode are you
seconds
on?
remaining.
Oh, okay.
Race over.
Did Abnormal get second that time? You guys like to skip gates, so we're gonna watch it again. But Mythical, let's see, he goes under and over, so that's definitely a lap for Mythical. Did it? Yeah, it did count that lap. Okay. But then Abnormal also got 2 laps, so I guess we'll have to see who made it further on lap 2. So here's Abnormal, he's bringing it around, finishing off lap 2, and then where does he go down? Over the corkscrew, into the triple gate. Probably one of the, or maybe the second most likely place people crash. Oh, and that's where he goes down. And Mythical's a red pilot, so he crossed here, hits that gate, but he starts going again.
He missed the start finish.
I think he got the start finish the first time though. Yeah, see? He just had to go back. And then he's under. Do you wrap it around the flag? Or this is when your video is bad. So technically Abnormal gets second, but I'm pretty sure we're still going to be moving on with Mythical. Because if I put these points in, and the way it works out is that Mythical had 8 points. 1 more point than Abnormal. So, moving on into the top 16, we're going to have IBFPV in 15th place. And then Mythical. But anybody that would like to stay for the whole race, even after you're done, we're going to need help picking up all of these chairs on the sides of the walls and putting them back out on the track.
My dad said the only way I can physically do that is if I'm in the finals. So.
What? How is that the prerequisite? The prerequisite should be like, hey, if you had a good time and you're not crying, sure, we'll stay and put the chairs back. But if you're crying, son, I don't want anybody to see that.
He said that he's got, I don't know why he said that we gotta go home. He just said that we have to go all the way home tonight, so he has to be.
Okay, so let's see how our prelims work out. We're going to be adding IBFPV to the heat with FPV Nate, Calculus TX, and Mr. Chowles. But if Postal Service, Flyboy, Yossam, and Ghost want to get ready, that would be great. I have Postal Service on R1, Yossam on R2, Ghost on R7, and Flyboy on R8. I'm going to need you guys to make your way out to the blocks.
I'm ready.
We're putting IBFPV into a heat with Mr. Childs, FPV and Calculus TX, and then joining Mookie, Infinity, and Alien is Mythical, who just figured out that he needs to fix something with his VTX, but he has more than enough time because he's Heat 4. But we're going into Heat 1 of this DRL-style points racing. I got to get rid of that 1 there. And that's where we're starting. We're starting with 0. Mr. Childs looks ready. Can you hear me on this? Good. Yes, we can. We can. It seems like just when I try to display the sim, all the audio goes away.
Here we go.
Does somebody have one of the mics?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, was that the royalty-free playlist?
Next up, round 2, race 1, with Postal Service on R1, Yossam on R2, Ghost on R7, Flyboy on
Today
R8.
is our first day messing with the HD0 Event VRX. So the video, analog video at least, looks a little different than it usually does. We're not running rapid fires right now, but it completely cleans up this setup. Let me see if I can bring this over here without unplugging it. So usually I have these 2 cases, all these wires, but the HD0 Event VT or VRX is just this, 4 HDMI cables. I have a multiplexer on the back, and that just spits out to trackside. And I just have this nice little setup. We did find out that I had to update it this morning because we weren't getting none of the 90 Hertz guys video, and that was because they were on a newer version than the Event VRX. So I'm kind of hoping they don't do as many updates as they usually do, because then I'll have to update it before every single race. But we'll see how that goes. HD0 has kind of been in a very steady upgrade cycle. Or update cycle. Yeah, it is so nice and simple. Just 2 antennas too, which makes it super clean. And I think Mookie has one on the way. So technically, if we wanted to run some 8-up races here in Tennessee, we could totally do that. With HD0. Which I can already tell is going to be more popular because I think there's more HD0 pilots here than I've ever had at one of my previous races. We got Calculus TX on it, we got Mookie on it. I know they're both running 90 hertz with that, and we also got Quad Doc on it. Who, I know I saw 2 more. Zombies on it. Who else do we got? Ghost, where you at? Let's go check the lobby. Is Ghost out there? Ghost, you're up in this heat. He says, my fault, sorry guys. Let me put my hat backwards, I gotta put my goggles on, I'm gonna make my way out there. Please, nobody get upset with me. First race, guys, first race, come on. He's making his way. Great guy. He had a great idea for the TinyTrainer V2. I guess his canopy likes to pop up, so he's saying I just need to add a lip around the screw, so even if it becomes slightly loose, it'll stay down, so then you have to just unscrew it beyond the lip for it to be able to come up. So it'll just keep it on longer. But what I like to do, I just run longer screws, and then they have more, I guess, friction in there, because the more thread you're biting, the more friction in there to keep it in. That's Zombie there on the seat. I still don't know what the 5th quadrant is, but it seems to be one of their jokes. The 5th quadrant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that completely explains
I
it.
know the 5th whatever it is not the stage. He said that earlier.
Adrian out there giving life advice in the pits, I see. Where is Adrian? Oh, he's sitting next to him with the New Balances. They are dad shoes. Adrian would make a great dad. He'd be the baseball coach with his kid playing baseball. Yeah, he'd definitely get in a fight with a Kurz in his hand. But, okay, are you guys ready? Okay, we're just waiting on Caden, Flyboy 2009 to get ready. And then we got our other pilots getting ready. We can uncover Yassem's face there. There you go. Now we got everybody ready to go. You guys good? Somebody's still fiddling back there. As you can see, all these analog pilots don't have any antennas on except Yassem. He has this little linear antenna. I'm curious to see if this is better. Is it better, Yassem? He does not think so. He's just doing it to look cool. You guys ready? Okay, we're gonna go on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they're off. We're going to go to 4 laps, guys. Remember, 4 laps.
Postal Service lap 1
Oh
in
my
first.
gosh. Postal Service out in front, followed by Flyboy, then Yassem. Flyboy laying it down, but he gets passed by Yassem going into second place, bringing it around the flag into our clothesline section. Flyboy takes the pass, though. Yassem gets it wrong. Flyboy now out in the lead with Postal Service, making his way back around because he slightly missed a gate, giving him a 20-second lap, 4 seconds off his typical pace.
Yassem lap 2 in third.
Flyboy working on wrapping up lap 3, and then he's going to have 1 more to go. Who do we have in second? Looks like we're still in second with Postal Service. Ghost working on it, keeping it steady back there. Postal Service on his last lap, with Flyboy still out in the lead. And he gets it wrong on the final creepy corner section. He needs to go back under, over, and back around to the timing gate. Still finishing in first with that bobble, followed by Yassem in second place. Great racing pilots. Let's still see who gets third place. Postal Service in third. I've got some points to input. But that was some racing. That was some racing.
30 seconds.
With Flyboy in first place, Postal Service in third, Yossam in second. And guys, he's still flying, so don't walk out there just yet. Now we're looking for Mr. Chalice, Calculus TX, FPV Nate, and IBFPV. That was some good racing.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, 4 laps.
Race over.
FPV Nate, Mr.
Next
Chalice,
up, round two, race
IBFPV,
two.
Calculus
FPV Nate
TX.
on
And
R1,
I gotta call my wife
Mr.
back.
Chaz on R2, IBF on R7, Calculus TX on R8.
Priorities, priorities.
Not bad by Flyboy. Too bad that race wasn't against Adron. Maybe later. We have FPV Nate R1, Mr. Choss R2, IBFPV R7, Calculus on R8. We're cycling through. Yep.
It's not back to back. We're going to run the 4 heats and just keep looping them 3 times until we get who goes into our semifinals. Let me show what that looks like. We're in the prelims right now. First 4 heats with 3 heats for each heat or group. I got to get the terminology right. A Freedom Spec battery. Oh, for your goggles. Mookie's got something. Once Calculus TX gets his goggles on, we're going to be able to run this one. There we have IBFPV sitting there on the right. First time racing Tiny Trainers. We got FPV Nate here who is ready to throw down. This is going to be a good race. I don't know who's going to get second, but I'm pretty sure Mr. Chow's is on a different level. So it's going to be a battle for second unless Mr. Chow's decides to get it wrong.
Never say never.
Are my pilots ready? Okay, we're going to send you guys off on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Dingles in the chat says, whoa, I wish I could be racing with y'all. Me too. More pilots the better. But here we go. Who's in the lead? Mr. Chalice, first one in the triple gate section, followed by FPV Nate, and then IBFPV, but Calculus TX not far behind. IBFPV's video looks a little wild.
Mr. Chaz lap 1 in first. FPV
Yep,
Nate
Mr.
lap
Chalice
1
still in
second.
first, followed by FPV Nate, then IBFPV, Calculus TX close behind in 4th place.
TX lap
But
1
Mr.
in
Chalice
first.
slowly picking up the pace. You can see he's going to get a faster lap right here.
Mr. Chaz
A
lap
16
2
followed
in
by a
first.
15. He's got a 12 in him, but it looks like he's playing it smart right now, just keeping it smooth. But FPV Nate getting it wrong, allowing IBFPV to pass the timing gate in 2nd place. I'm going to add a lap for
Mr.
him.
Chaz lap 3 in first. If lap 2 in
FPV
second.
Nate still rolling around. That puts Calculus TX in the 3rd place. IBFPV on his lid, though. This might be Calculus TX's chance to pass him up, and that he does in the triple gate section. Bringing around the flag over the clothesline. You're going to have to keep it smooth. You're going to have 1 lap out. Oh, no, you're finishing it now. That was the end of the race because Mr. Chalice already finished.
Lap 3 in third.
Yes, that was 3 laps, and that was decided by the 3rd lap for you guys because Mr. Chalice ended that race prematurely for you because he was on another level. And he's still
Calculus
going. He's
TX
getting warmed
finished in
up.
second.
But great flying pilots. That's a 1st place for Mr. Chalice, 2nd for Calculus TX, 3rd for IBFPV, and 4th for
Race
Nate.
over.
Yeah, well, he got NASCAR. Is it the NASCAR or motocross rule? I will never get that right.
I'm guessing NASCAR.
So Mr. Chalice in 1st, Calculus TX in 2nd. No, you got a 3rd.
Yeah.
It just says DNF because you didn't finish your laps because it doesn't automatically calculate the whole NASCAR rule, but Mr. Chalice finished his race while you guys were still on your third lap, so you were on your last lap. And then whatever the position was on that last lap is what we're going with. We're doing 4 laps. So Mr. Childs did 4 laps really quick. But Group 3, Mondo, Quad Doc, Adron, Zombie, you guys can go get your quads ready because you're still racing 2 more times. Huh? Well, it was still decided there. Like, you didn't have to do a 4th lap. So you got lucky. But next time, do 4 laps. So yeah, that worked out in your favor because that would have been horrible if you were racing and then you didn't know there was an extra lap. Everybody, there's 4 laps, 4 laps, 4 laps, 4 laps.
Okay.
I think they heard me. Yeah.
Next
That's what I'm doing.
I'm on R8.
On R1, Quad Doc on
Mondo has one of
R2,
them.
Zombie on R7, Mondo on R8.
Oh, no, he's saying I'm borrowing his 1 pack. I'm borrowing his battery as well.
F3 Nate, you can see him in the background. Those chairs have been a real trap today. Once you get under, it's hard to get out. You got to get in tiny whip mode to get out of there. So everyone should be on the same channel. Adron R1, Quad Doc R2, Zombie R7, and Mondo R8. Mondo is working his way down. This music goes perfectly with these disco lights. I feel like I should be falling asleep. We got the 4 of you here. 4 of us. Good video from all 4. No complaints. Alrighty, here we go.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Mondo with the whole shot, but he's close with Adron back-to-back as they enter the triple gate, and now into the clothesline. Quad Doc coming in, entering this section, and Zombie is a good close third with Quad Doc here. Mondo heading in his first lap with a 15.8, and Adron actually first now, 15.4. They are neck and neck right as you can see each other. Mondo sees Adron in his sights. Quad Doc entering into the triple gate section. Oh, a little crash from Adron. Right back up. Good recovery.
Lap 2 in second.
Zombie having a little bit of difficulty in the first section, but he's
Quad Doc lap 2
wheeling
in
it back.
third.
It looks like
Mondo lap 3 in first.
Mondo in first now as he enters
Adron lap 3
into
in
his
second.
4th and final lap. Nice clean section into
Zombie
the clothesline
lap 2
section.
in
Adron close behind in a
Quad Doc
comfortable
lap 3 in
second.
third.
Mondo ending it with
Seconds
a
remaining.
good first place, 13.8 on his last lap. Adron getting into the back corner, coming in for second place.
Adron finished in second.
Quad Doc still up, finishing his 4th lap. He does have a little bit of a prop bent, but that's okay. It's still up. Zombie still trying to get back up and finish it strong. Never surrender. There we go, Zombie. Good job.
Quad Doc finished
Quad
in
Doc
third.
finishing.
30 seconds remaining.
Mondo felt like doing victory laps there. Freestyle the table, power loop. Oh, lands it. Okay, that'll work. Oh, A-Drone getting a little
10
frisky.
seconds remaining.
Good race, everyone. Yeah.
Finish your lap and then land. Race over.
All right, we are on the fourth and final. We have Mookie on R1, Infinity R2, Mythical R7, and Alien R8.
Next up, round 2, race 4, with Mookie on R1, Infinity on R2, Mythical on R7, Alien on R8.
That was some good racing. So Adrian's like, oh, I'll give it to you on the launch. I don't want to midair. And then literally before the first gate, we were on each other. No, we didn't hit. We got real close at points. And I'm just like, okay, no, we're going, okay. Heart of America FPV says, it's the NASCAR roll. Okay, I will remember that forever. I promise. NASCAR roll. When the first place pilot finishes his race, everybody else is on their last lap. Let's see how everybody's doing out here. What heat's Yawsome in? Have we already watched Yawsome race?
Yawsome is in the same heat as me.
Oh, and how oh yeah, because you guys battled it out. And he said, good job, Caden. Your win would have been better if you were wearing your 901 FPV jumpsuit, but I'm not going to rub it in. Yawsome really wants to do a prop guard race. I need to show Yawsome TinyTrainer. It's an awesome Yawsome TinyTrainer.
Yawsome?
Patent
Still
pending.
waiting on mine. Do you like that LED one, the RGB one, where you could change it though? That was nice.
So, you just use your balance lead. You don't have to do any soldering or anything. You just do 4 zip ties. Bam! Look at that.
It is the Cinewoop Tiny Trainer. That is the Cinewoop Tiny Trainer right there.
How much do one of these cost, Yawsome? Do it with your fingers. 4, 2, 3, 5. 42.35?
I think he should.
3, 5, $35. Nice. Okay.
Hey, how much does that one that you have the remote to change colors cost?
Oh yeah. How much is the RGB one? He hasn't thought about that.
Because I will gladly take an RGB.
Quad Dog says he's going to buy a couple, even though Quad Dog already has a Quad Dog orange one.
I'll have my mom send you that 45 so you can get to get
Keith says, sign me up for a prop guard race. I'm still waiting for Mythical to get video on R7. Do you have a pit switch? Mythical? I don't have any video for you on R7. Can somebody else switch to R7 on their goggles and see if you see them? Your goggles are on R8. Oh, okay. Why don't I have Mythical on R7? Let me go down to 6 and back to 7. Oh, you're just really weak. Yeah. I would power test him real quick. I don't want him to take off with this video. Oh, wait, what? It like popped up for a second. You see fine? Okay, I guess Caden, we're gonna run it.
We're gonna run it?
Yep, he says he sees fine. Maybe once he's in the air, we'll get better. You guys good? Remember, 4 laps.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
I mean, if you see what I'm seeing. So I'm pretty sure your last heat you ended by saying, I can't see anything. It's gonna be really hard to time you.
Infinity lap 1 in first.
Mookie, though,
Alien lap 1 in second.
in second place. Oh, no, third place. Alien and Mookie right on top of each other. Infinity well out in the lead, but Infinity is our TQ. He's just going to be out here getting some practice, making sure he doesn't crash, sticking to his line. But these LEDs look incredible in Mookie's feed. As he passes Alien in second place, but he gets on his lid. And Alien gets it wrong. Oh no, Mookie looks to be stuck in the net. There's people over there, so I wouldn't keep
Alien
messing
lap
with
2
it.
in third.
Alien. Getting back up.
60 seconds remaining.
And Mythical could still be in this, I just have no idea where he is.
Infinity finished in first.
Oh, there he goes in the triple gates section. Going into the
I
corkscrew.
see 3 quads, so Mythical's still in the air.
I would check your VTX after this, Mythical.
Alien finished in second.
It really looks like your UFL's off.
30 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
you're done, Alien.
Are you
Oh wait,
still not
it
wrapped?
gave you a 15, so you might not actually be done.
Oh, Yuki, someone got you out of the net.
Mookie lap 3 in third.
Yeah, I know. It's been bad since the start, but we're gonna have to fix it
10
between
seconds
heats. I don't know how you were possibly even seeing on the blocks with enough confidence to take off. Somebody's gonna finish this race.
Finish your lap and then land.
I'm pretty sure Alien didn't do 4 laps, but we will double check that.
Mookie finished
And
in
if he
second.
didn't do 4 laps, that gives Mookie it, I think. Or this lap might be false because he's doing the net. So he still has to finish a lap. There's a lot going on here. It looks like a couple people have some VTX problems.
Alien finished in third.
Okay. Well, before your next heat, guys, Mookie, please check your UFL, and Mythical, please check your UFL. But I'm going to replay that.
I'll go ahead and go check them now.
So, Alien, I wanted to make sure you did 4. So you were on your lid after this lap? Yeah. Oh, you might not even have made it. Did you make it through the timing gate? Oh, and this is when it gave you the 15-second lap. And that's why it said you were done, but you weren't. But then we make it onto this lap. And then
At the top, your output, but on the bottom.
yep, you finally finish your 4th there. So it will be Mookie second, Infinity first.
I'd say, yeah, definitely under
But let's go check in the pits while I put some points in. So what was that? Infinity first, Mookie second, Alien third, and Mythical fourth. I really wish we would have just went down there and checked Mythical, but he was pretty confident his video was good.
Mythical on the top is outputting at 25, but on the bottom of his antenna, he drops down to about 10. So definitely was having some video issues on that one. He said he's going to try to get that antenna changed by his next heat, so we'll see.
I got first in my heat? Was Adrian second? Quad Dog third? And Zombie fourth. So, this is how it's working out currently. And then we're going to be running it again. We're going to clone this round, add round, clone it, and we're just running them again. Because we're going with Postal Service. Yawesome, Ghost and
Round
Flyboy.
3 race 1. With Postal Service on R1.
Adrian isn't even like
Ghost on R7.
being nervous right now. Look at him. That's the most relaxed I've seen Adrian in some brackets. He's just ready to race. Yeah, what I was saying earlier to say we don't have any aliens here today, like Evan Turner or Prop School or MCK, so it's like really anybody's race today. But Infinity, he's getting to that alien standing, if you see how he takes some of these sections, but he's not exactly consistent quite yet, and he gets kind of aggravated with himself. So, if he works that out over the next couple of months, he's going to be an alien too. But today, it's anybody's race. Because if you look at these times with our 3-lap time, we're pretty close. Mr. Charles especially, but Mr. Charles says he's running his own race today. He's not going to worry about passing Infinity, but it's going to be pretty neck and neck. I am down here with a 40.49. I think I set that like my second pack, and then after that it was mostly just me losing props, and then it was me flying like I'm scared of losing props, and that's why we're here, 2 seconds behind 1 and 2. Infinity had prop screws in? Oh, me, yeah. Ghost, where you at? Ghost. You're up in this heat. He's getting his goggles. He's making his way out. Is it a prop screw? So if I ever strip a prop screw, I just get some side cutters, cut the prop off, and then I'll grab the screw with some pliers. Because it's easy to cut the prop with some side cutters and just take it off. Life hack that only 0.2% of the world population will use. Maybe even less than that. 0.002%? Beep Tube says, go Mookie. Who's Beep Tube? Jared from Chattanooga. The only other racer in Chattanooga. We've got 4 good pilot feeds. We got 4 Orca wear? Nope, one of them's not wearing Orcas. Is that a TBS Fusion? What the heck? He said he swears it works better. Okay, are my pilots ready? How many laps are we doing? Okay, no excuses. 40? Yeah, if you can do 40, you're still doing 4.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Beep Tube says 0.00002%. Oh, and just like that, a midair between Flyboy and Postal Service, putting Yawsome out in the lead, followed by Ghost. But Postal Service right back in it. Is he going to pass Yawsome in this creepy corner? Yawsome gets, Postal Service down too. You hit something hard.
Flyboy lap 1 in 2nd. Ghost lap 1 in 3rd.
So now we're just in the air with Flyboy and Ghost. This is really going to mix up those points, but I think that's going to be Postal Service 3rd, Yawsome 4th, because Yawsome lost it in that corner, right?
Flyboy
Maybe your ground wire came undone like mine? We're watching Flyboy stitch it up. 2 laps down on lap 3, bringing it over the Texas clothesline into the creepy corner. Last turn, and that's 3 laps. He's on his final lap, followed by Ghost, still finishing up lap 3. Did Ghost and Flyboy just pass each other? Oh, they're on separate laps. Separate laps. Flyboy done. Ghost, finish your lap and you're done. We're going to have to figure out 3rd and 4th with Yawsome via the replay.
.30 seconds remaining.
One realization I came to while watching the Super Bowl is that
Ghost finished in 2nd.
I kind of treat replays like I need to speed through them. Like, people don't want to see this. But if you watch the Super Bowl, they replay something like 50 times. So maybe people want to watch these replays over and over again. We just need 5 different angles, and it might make it more interesting. But let's see. Yawsome, when he was... Oh, it was before the first lap ended. So he's going into this corner with Postal Service. Oh, I bet... I don't know. What? Oh, he hit the chairs right on the side, smacks the... Did he smack the stage? What's it say? Flat rate? Okay. I thought that was an error. I'm like, what error is flat rate? But let's see. Yeah, Postal Service, Yawsome. Looks like Postal Service makes it beyond where Yawsome was. Because Postal Service passed him after having a bobble, too. So he goes under, goes over our creepy corner. And let's see. Postal Service... More of a yard sale. Oh my gosh. But that's that for you. That's going to be Flyboy 1 goes to Postal Service 3. Can't believe Flyboy knocking out 2 1s like it's nothing. But Yawsome in 4th. Not happy about that. Now we're going with Mr. Chow's Calculus TX, FPV Nate, and IBFPV.
Next up, round 3, race 2, with FPV Nate on R1.
There's IBFPV making his way out here,
on R7,
giving some knuckles,
TX on R8.
telling Postal Service it's going to be okay. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. What story is Adrian telling right now? Looking like a bearded Ash Ketchum. There's Flyboy. Flyboy, how's it feel to get 2 first places?
Feels good.
He's like, I never thought I'd be in this position. I've never really prepared a speech.
Well, I didn't really plan on winning any at this event, you know. 'Cause I figured, like, you know, I didn't really look at who all was signed up. So I figured, like, Prop was going to be here and Evan and all them. But then my mom told me about the Daytona 500 and then realized there probably weren't going to be all.
You have a chance. But yeah, no, you're killing it. And now we have 4 pilots ready to go. Are you guys actually ready to go? Just because I have 4 feeds. Looks like Mr. Chow's getting a final little fidgets in, and we're going to go on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone and stand down and disarm. Race start cancel.
We have a OSD issue. Yeah, what's it doing? Are you in the menu? Are you perfect? Okay. Is it okay if it's offset? It's crooked? Oh. I'm like, what? Okay, guys, we're going to go on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Yep.
Stand down and disarm. Race start.
Oh, okay. IBFTV grabbed a dead battery. We're going to wait for him. And Calculus TX is going to power side. We're going to watch IBFPV run through here. Keith says, bearded Ash Ketchum, you had to have been talking about Adrian. Yes, I was. Look at him.
I mean, I probably wouldn't have a quad in the air right now if it wasn't for my dad and Adrian being on top of all my...
Did they get that second quad working?
I do have 3 working. We got 2 confirmed.
Because he just built one out there, right?
And yeah, the one that we just built, not been test covered or anything.
So the power cycle brought your OSD back to center? Yeah. Maybe it's like a sync thing? Yeah. Quit! We're live right now. What did I tell you about acting like this in front of the spectators? IBFPV has to switch seats. He's not happy about it, but he's going to fly like he can go through anything. Only person I've seen use the top strap, I'm not sure how I feel about it. You guys ready? Okay, we're gonna go on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they're off. Oh, FPV Nate smashing into the back wall. We have Mr. Chow still out in the lead. Who's in second? Looks like IBFPV was in second for a second. And then we got Calculus TX actually in second, bringing it over the Texas clothesline into our pink corner. Wrapping it up, going on to lap 2.
Lap 1 in second.
But Mr. Chouse is probably going to end this race prematurely again, so you might have to race this like it's a 3-lap race, but I will let you know when the NASCAR rule comes into effect. Because Mr. Chouse already with a 15 and a 14, Calculus DX still working on lap 2, IBFPV still working on lap 2, and FPV Nate also working on lap 2. But Charles already onto his final lap.
Charles lap 3 in first.
Mr. Charles taking a break from real-life flying looks like it's never been better for him. He just finishes the race, so whoever crosses over next is going to be second. That's Calculus TX in second.
Calculus TX.
Looks like followed by FPV Nate, but FPV Nate's still a ways back. But looks like IBFPV only got 1 lap in, unless he's underpowered.
2 and 4.
Okay, you got 3, so it looks like I'm going to have to review that one, but it might be IBFPV in 3rd place. But you guys can go ahead and land. That is the final. I just need to watch the replay.
Race over.
So IBFPV says he got 3 laps. Let's watch. So let's see, you on your lid for a bit. So this is your first lap, a 25. Bringing it through the triple gate, over the corkscrew. Oh, yeah, no, we missed this lap. But it looks like your VTX is severely underpowered.
Want to check it?
If lap
You have
3.
perfect video, that's all that matters. Okay, but the V, or the timer, whenever the timer can't catch you, that's usually a quad side thing.
We'll check it. See if it's R. Oh. So it was good.
But, looks like,
We might
and
get
that's 3 laps. So, yeah, there we can see our final standings. But, oh yeah, let's take a look at, you can put it on that camera. This is the Calculus TX spec battery. He took the balance lead off to save some weight. He took the heat shrink off. That's a little JST connector, and he has a special PCB that, converts the JST to the proper balance lead size, then he can charge it. All to make that battery 49.3 grams. All the maw, all the power.
Next up, round 3, race 3. With a drone on
But
R1,
that race
one dock on
ended
R2,
with
zombie on
720 milliamp hours. Mr. Charleston first, Calculus TX in second, IBFPV in third, and FPV Nate in fourth. One more heat for them to go. We're gonna have to watch FPV Nate kind of get a first to get back in the mix of things. But I'm gonna be up next, and we're gonna let these two handle it.
Alrighty.
No so.
I guess we're taking over. I'm going to take this seat. Oh yeah, center stage right here. I'm kind of concerned for Mondo's radio, considering there's still screws that he pulled out of his radio.
Those are prop screws.
Oh. I could have sworn those were when he took out his radio, so. If y'all didn't know, in the first stream, Mondo decided to be in a hurry and ended up dropping his radio. It busted in his gimbal, and he's got it fixed. He said he's gonna probably start doing it to all of his radios because he says it makes it a smoother gimbal because of the hot glue.
It's a risk there.
He's just gonna start punching gimbals. Bam!
Got 4 videos.
We got 4 good videos. Not just 4 videos, 4 good. Second I say that, zombie video decides to just go.
Adron.
Zombie, is your video good?
Mondo. You need a battery? Oh. That's going to be interesting. You're going to have to sit down.
Just move that chair backwards, or stand right there.
Mondo connected into the Matrix.
Mondo is going for the ultimate sim. Stamps right here. Alrighty, are all pilots ready? Alrighty, I'm gonna let the computer do the talking.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Mondo and Adrian with a hard hole shot, neck and neck at the triple section.
Adron getting it wrong, but is gonna have a quick recovery
Mondo
getting back
lap 1 in
up.
first.
Mondo's gonna be holding in that first position.
Adron lap 1 in second.
Adron in second,
Quad Doc lap 1 in third. Zombie lap 1 in fourth.
but Adron gets it wrong as Mondo
Mondo lap
comes
2 in
through
first.
with his second lap. Zombie got it
Adron
wrong.
lap 2 in second.
Quad Doc is looking to move on to his
Quad
second
Doc
lap.
2 in third.
Mondo's looking to come around on his third.
Mondo lap 3 in
Mondo's
fourth.
putting us on to our third lap already. With
Adron lap 3 in
very consistent times, a 15 and then 2 14s. Adron is gonna have his fast lap of a
Quad Doc
12-7.
lap 3 in third.
Ooh,
Mondo
hard
finished
wreck
in
from
first.
Zombie.
60 seconds remaining. Adron finished
Mondo
in second.
and Adron again. Quad Doc finishing it out, loosey-goosey, but one of the
Quad
most
Doc
consistent
finished third.
FPV racers I've ever seen. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
well, I take that back. He was done, he said, so it doesn't count.
Quad
He is
Doc
still
always-
consistent.
Quad Doc always does a good job of staying in the air.
30 seconds remaining.
We're going to have Mondo at first place with a 15-3, 14-2, 14-1, and 13-8. And then Adron in second with a hot lap of a 12-7. I don't know. You were still
Did you
moving.
review
But
that? I mean, we can go back
we
and
can
watch
look
it.
at it.
10th race over.
Replay? Yep. Let's watch Adron's. See if he got that second lap right. Oh, he's not sure. He's down. It's a 12-7. He's not sure.
Alright.
So this is the second lap. Clean in the corkscrew. Triple. Hit the triple. So that might have been a spike.
Yep, there it is. It picked him up after
Okay, so I guess not.
he did. He went
It's a
back.
fake lap.
Yeah.
So he does keep flying though. So it's going to be a longer second lap. So that's his second lap. This is his third. So Quad Doc finishes his third. So you finished. And then Quad Doc was...
I think what we need to watch here is if Quad Doc passed him because
Okay, maybe it is a Quad Doc in second.
Quad Doc passed him.
Talk about consistent. Those entries through the start gate were just repeats. He's got his line down.
So looks like Quad Dog actually pulled off a second. He had an 18, a 17, and a 17. Kind of impressive. It's like he's been training in his backyard for this moment.
Next up, round 3, race 4. with Mookie on
Have
R1,
heard that there's
Infinity
always
on
a
R2,
good track
Mythical on
in the
R7,
Turner's backyard.
Alien on
There
R8.
is. Quad Dog kind of designed some great tracks. I should actually let him have an opportunity to design one of these tracks. It looks like in all of our heats so far, the same person has gotten first, but after that, it's kind of getting mixed up. So it's kind of like a race for second in a lot of these heats. And I think Group 4 will be a similar story with Infinity making it look easy as long as he stays consistent, but then it'll be Alien, Mookie, and Mythical battling it out for second place. Now, hopefully Mythical has a better VTX or something this time around. He said his video was clear, it just looked like a garbage bag was over it. What we were seeing was just no video, basically.
In Group 1, everyone has the same amount of points but me.
Yeah, it is a three-way tie in Group 1. So this next race in Group 1 is going to settle it all. Because in Group 1, Postal Service, Yawsum, and Ghost all have 4 points. So, no pressure, but that next heat is for all the marbles. Like Flyboy, you could basically sit it out.
Yeah.
Because you'd still get 1 point for fourth, so you'd end up with 9. And the most anybody else can get in that one is 8. But I don't think Flyboy's the type of person to make it that easy on him.
No, I'll go out. Probably just won't go as hard. Just make sure I salvage the quad. Honestly, I could always take my new quad and see if it works. I could always try out the...
It's a good idea. It's a good opportunity to test your TTV2. Just remember, the first time I let Propsicle try TTV2, he immediately demolished it because he said it felt faster. And it was when I had the 3D printed canopy, and I'm like, if you crash, this is gonna break. And he's like, oh, okay, I won't crash. Smashes it. Just
The
dead.
first thing you say is, don't crash this.
Okay, you guys-
I still have to show this off. And then
Are these guys good? Mookie, you ready? Okay, we're gonna go on the turn.
Arm your quads. Starting on
Mythical, your video looks a lot better. And we're off. Infinity well out in the lead. Let's see who gets into the triple gate section next. Mookie in second, followed by Mythical in third, then Alien in fourth. But Alien and Mythical are kind of right on top of each other, taking one section better than the other. But then Alien looks to be in second now because Mookie got it wrong. But we're still out in front with Infinity, making it look easy. The way he takes that clothesline, kind of unreal.
first.
I want to know what that kid's rates are, but right now, only pilots in there are Infinity and Alien.
Mookie met Rainbow Road.
Infinity lap 3 in first.
And since Mookie and Mythical didn't get a lap, we already know our final standings. I'm just going to have to go back and watch. Oh, you didn't put turtle mode on.
Infinity finished in first. 60 seconds remaining.
So we don't know who third and fourth are yet until we go back and review the replay. Brought to you by 533.
This is the last lap.
Alien lap
That's
3
gonna
in
be the-
second.
That's NASCAR, and he's done. Now let's figure out who got third and fourth. So they never finished a lap, but looks like Mookie crashes right there. And then Mythical, same place. Does Mythical make it through the gate? He does, so I believe that's going to put Mythical in third because he did get one more gate than Mookie. So that switches up the points a bit. That makes it, they're still going to have to battle. Now we're looking for our next group of pilots. Going into round one, the heat that everybody's tied in, except for Flyboy. Yeah, Flyboy's going to have it easy.
Next up, round 4, race 1. with
Postal Service, Flyboy, Yosemite Ghost.
Awesome on R2.
We're going to be watching as Postal Service, Yosemite Ghost all just battle it out. Flyboy says he's going to try to test a TinyTrainer V2 that he just built today. So he could go fast. He could also not leave the blocks. We don't know what's going to happen. Let's see if we can get a better Stream Beats playlist. There's a Stream Beats Gold playlist. 1,435,000 plays. It has to be good. Glad to see Abnormal sticking around. He said he was going to go home and take a nap, but it looks like he wants to help us put away some chairs. It's my kind of guy right there. They got Steven back there, the best race dad at today's race. A lot of dads out there in the running for this trophy, but he just takes the cake. Adrian, basically a race stepdad for Caden. Still waiting on Postal Service, Yossam Ghost and Flyboy. Who are we waiting on? We're waiting on Flyboy. Oh, he's getting that TinyTrainer V2 ready. He didn't tell me he was going to hold us up. He hasn't even test hovered it. Maybe grab the spare quad. Just in case. Not a bad idea to grab the... Oh. As long as that wasn't in anybody's hands. It's a chop-chop. Today's break brought to you by Body Armor. Orange mango, the taste of juice. I'm just trying to work on my Craig Hummer one-liners. They're going to put a trademark on that, and they're going to use it in their next commercial. The taste of juice. Looks like our pilots are making their way up. Flyboy switching back to his TinyTrainer V1. I think he's got maybe some board orientation or some motors to reverse. When a quad does the chop-chop, that usually means it's one of those things. He said he didn't set it up. Throwing Steven under the bus. Just waiting on Postal Service. So he's right behind me. Do you have a pit switch?
Arm your quads.
Oop, that was
Stand
fake.
down and disarm. Race start cancelled.
Okay, we got 4 good videos. But still waiting on Yasim. X7. Favorite 7? Usually that's still race bait. X? You ready? Maybe it's because you got that linear antenna on. Like 8 years ago, that's what every FPV pilot looked like. Yeah, Fat Sharks and 2 linear antennas. Then LaForge came out and they were 1 on each side. You had a wire across the front? Okay. We're gonna go on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Remember guys, this is a 3-way tie for second place, so whatever you have to do to get ahead of everybody else, you gotta do it now.
Flyboy lap 1 in first.
And they're right on each other. Flyboy's still out in first, but it looks like we got Yasmin second, followed by Postal Service, then Ghost. Yasmin bringing it into, with a mid-air with Flyboy. First place takes out second place, and then we got Postal Service and Ghost still in the air. So if Yasmin doesn't get up, he's gonna be out. Flyboy's still gonna have that first place position, but Postal Service now on his lid. Ghost keeping it in the air. But we're only on to lap 2.
Ghost lap 2 in second.
No, it looks like Ghost is actually a lap behind Postal Service, who's got some work to do.
Postal Service lap 3 in first.
So that was lap traffic for Postal Service.
60 seconds remaining.
Oh, Postal Service, you gotta keep it in the air. You gotta finish this race. There you go. Almost on the last turn, basically. But Postal Service, I believe you're done unless one of those lap times is fake. Yeah. And we're done. Because first place made it across. Yeah, Caden didn't even have to be in this race.
Race over.
Yassim says to Caden, he says, Caden, you didn't even have to be in this race, and you took me out. He wants a DVR review. But we'll give Yassim the 3rd, Flyboy the 4th, Ghost 2nd, and Postal Service 1st. Meaning, we're moving on with Flyboy and Postal Service. But now we're looking for Mr. Chow's, Calculus TX, FPV Nate, and IBFPV. It's going to be tough for FPV Nate. But I think I don't know. There's a 4-point differential between him and second place. And the most he can make up is 3 points. Sometimes it's better to just ignore math and be surprised by the results.
Calculus TX on R8.
Yeah, Yassim, not your day. But, Yassim, if you want to do a prop guard race, find somebody else with prop guards, and then we can have 3 quads with prop guards. Oh, Calculus TX for some reason has a Spec 7 with prop guards. No, he's kidding. Just waiting on FPV Nate's video feed. I think he just plugged in. Okay. Let's see, how are these points working on this heat? Yeah, so between FPV Nate and everybody else, it might be hard for anything to happen, but Calculus TX and IBFPV separated by 2 points. So IBFPV has to beat Calculus TX by more than 2 positions? Is that how that works? Oh, easy, he says. Okay, well, sounds like our pilots are ready. Yeah, just don't crash. We're gonna go on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Yeah, Mr. Childs well in the lead, followed by FPV Nate, then IBFPV, then Calculus TX.
Mr. Childs lap 1 in first. FPV Nate lap 1 in second.
Now this is the flying I know from FPV Nate. FPV Nate is definitely one of the faster guys. He's just got it wrong a couple times in these brackets.
Mr. 2 in first.
Mr. Childs keeping it steady, a 14 and a 13. He's working on those semi-final lap times because he knows he's going to have to pull these out soon.
Mr. Chaw's lap 3 in first. Calculus TX lap 2 in
Oh, keep it together.
FPV Nate lap 3 in second.
He did not NASCAR the whole field this time, but now he's on his lid, giving FPV Nate a chance to get first place.
60 seconds remaining.
But he had a 12.4.
Calculus TX lap
And just like that, FPV Nate in first place.
first.
He did everything he had to do to possibly get up. Oh my gosh. Calculus TX getting stuck in the gate. Mr. Childs still in second, looks like. But we're going to see if Calculus TX can make it beyond where Mr. Childs went down, and that'll give him a second place. Yes.
30 seconds remaining.
Yeah, keep it steady. Yeah, Mr. Childs, and now you get passed for second place, Mr. Childs.
Calculus TX finished in second.
I mean, I'll double check to see if you got a fourth lap, Mr. Childs, but I don't think you did.
Race over.
Yeah.
Yep, that'll make things
Let's see. So that gives FPV Nate a first, Calculus TX a second, Mr. Childs a third, and IBFPV a fourth. I'm not sure if that's enough for FPV Nate. It's not, because we have Mr. Childs with 10, Calculus TX with 9, but FPV Nate making that last heat count, showing everybody that he did have the pace to get first. That's what I love about these 3 heat brackets. You really get to shine at least once. It's like, okay, 2 times, everybody's good at screwing it up 2 times. A 3rd time, not happening. A-Drone, Quad Doc, Zombie, Mondo.
Next up, round 4, race 3.
Hard to stay
With
consistent
A-Drone
there.
on R1, Quad Doc on R2, Zombie on R7, Mondo on R8.
Faster. Ooh, you are just taking chances with that radio, aren't you? See how it does with an 8-foot drop. So yeah, Mondo earlier in the day, unfortunately dropped his radio, broke his right gimbal off the screws, took it apart during the break, hot glued it back together, and he's charging it right now, but it's on the edge of this like 6, 7 foot, 8 foot shelf. If it goes the wrong way, it might break the other gimbal. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
So it sounds like we do have 4 quads to do a prop guard race. Not sure when we're going to do it.
Ooh.
We can definitely fit one in, but I think we can do it all line of sight too if I just like turn this one around. And I'll just have to re-aim that, and I think that'll be a
That'd
fun
be
point of
very
view
funny.
of the prop guard race. But I'm going to have to stand right here because my radio is still charging.
One, 2, 3, and 4. All right. All right. Got 4 videos. Here we go. That's a person
Arm your
problem.
quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Mondo with the whole shot, and Adrian close behind as Mondo enters the triple section into the clothesline section. Adrian into the clothesline section, nice and smooth, doing it like he's supposed to.
Mondo lap 1 in first. Adrian.
Quad Doc and Zombie in the back of the pack, working on their close third, a few gates behind second place. Mondo, with a little bit of a bobble into the clothesline section. Adrian passes him up as he goes on to his third lap, the 13.8. Mondo coming in, finishing his second lap.
Mondo lap 2 in
The
second.
19.9. A little bobble from Adrian. See if that gives Mondo the opportunity to come back up and catch into first place. Quad Doc coming in. We got a battle here for now. It is going to be second. Adrian is out, so it is between Quad Doc and Zombie. They are neck and neck as they enter the start-finish gate.
Lap 3 in first.
Quad Doc takes the wider turn, but corrects it still.
Seconds remaining.
Zombie, a little bit of a bobble in the corkscrew section. Quad Doc entering the triple. As Mondo is trying to... did you crash you, Mondo?
Quad Doc finished in first.
Quad Doc ends with the
Mondo
first place.
Lap 3 in third.
I guess it had a misread from Mondo? Okay. I thought you had a good first. Yes, you were done.
30 seconds remaining.
It did, but it misread Mondo as well.
Zombie finished in second.
We're gonna actually check these results. If somebody wants to grab my quad out there and
Race
unplug
over.
it, we're gonna do a replay and just...
Good race, everyone.
So it got everybody's first lap. And then Adrian, it got his second lap. Mondo, he got his second lap. Zombie, we're coming across. It got Quad Dog second lap, got Zombie second lap. Okay. But then you can tell here we start missing some laps. Mrs. Adrian, Mondo coming around. Does it catch Mondo? There's Mondo.
Mondo finished in first.
Now we're going to be watching Zombie and Quad Dog. They were right on each other.
They were on each other. Zombie had a little bit of a bobble.
So there's Zombie. Oh, I think he caught him. Did he actually have a 16? Oh, thank you. Oh, that's yours. What happened? Oh, I got caught in the battery lead. Okay, I need to pay attention to this. So Zombie. Yeah, I caught him, and I caught Quad Dog. But Mondo coming across now, and that'll be lap 4.
Yeah, I thought you finished.
2 13s.
Yeah, you're on it.
And then Zombie crashes, and then Quad Dog gets second.
Yep, Quad Dog in second finishes it up.
Thank you. So what's that? Mondo 1, Quad Dog 2, Adrian 4,
He did not finish.
Zombie 3. So moving on from that heat will be Mondo and Quad Dog. This is a indirect way of Flyboy beating Adrian. But we might have to settle it in the prop guard race. Flyboy versus Adrian. I think that's the only way to do it. I want to see a Flyboy versus Adrian prop guard race.
Next
But now,
up, round 4.
we're going
race
into
4.
Mookie,
With
Infinity,
Mookie on
Mythical, and
R1,
Alien. Our last
Infinity
heat.
on R2.
Is there any
Mythical on
chance of an
R7,
upset in this
Alien
one?
on R8.
Let's see. We got 8, 5, 4. Yeah, anything can happen here. Because the highest point differential is 2 between second place, and you can possibly get 3 more points than somebody. But Infinity makes it kind of hard to get 3 more points than somebody whenever he's been kind of locked in first. So we'd have to see an upset from Infinity for Mythical to be able to get into this. But Mookie, all you got to do is get 2 more points than Alien. Or 2 more places. You got to get second. Or first. Double A says, hey there, Mookie. He said, double A. That was my best Mookie impression. Infinity, Alien, Mookie, Mythical. Mythical flew a lot better when he had good video. So we could see some great flying out of this guy. Did you put flip on it now? No, so it still doesn't have crash flip. Or is this a different quad now? Still the same quad. Okay, let's not even think about it. What? Flip over after crash? We weren't even talking about that. But we have our 4 pilots up here. Are they ready to go? We're waiting on Mookie to get in his seat. And I guess once he's in his seat is when we're going to be ready to go. Mookie likes to sit over next to me instead of in this pilot bench. But there's the mythical grin before every heat. It is a tradition. We have Alien, just straight face and Infinity. I don't think he can hear while he's in the pilot seat. He never responds to anything I say. He's just ready to put down some fast laps. You guys ready? Okay, we're going on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Oh, don't go.
Stand down and disarm. Race start cancelled.
I caught it in time. Are you gonna, okay. He said he didn't even touch it. Maybe this time wait a little bit to arm. That's the fastest I've ever reached for the stop button. But if you do it again, Mythical, I think there's a multi-GP roll for it. He likes to launch from the ground. Clean air. Okay, Mythical, you ready? Okay, we're going on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
And just like that, it's a race. We're going to watch Infinity well out in the lead. Everybody else working on getting to the triple grade section. Mookie, the first one into it. Last time around, he's kind of bobbled in this section, but he makes it through clean. On a mission to do better this heat. Alien gets it wrong on his lid. Hopefully he has turtle mode turned on.
Mythical lap 1.
But we're going in second place with Mookie, followed by Mythical. Alien still trying to get back off his lid. Mookie wrapping up lap 2 on the left. Oh, that was squirrely. Keep it in the air.
Infinity lap.
But this might be exactly what Mookie needed. If Alien is stuck on the ground, he can get 2 places better than him.
Alien lap 1 in 4th. Mookie lap 3 in 2nd.
Mythical's down, meaning Alien might be back up because Mythical does not have turtle mode. So this is going to go to sudden death, I believe, if Mookie keeps it together, because they're going to be tied after this. Unless Infinity shuts it down, and he does. Infinity NASCAR's Alien, leaving him in 4th place. Infinity, with no mercy, does not allow Alien to get into 3rd place.
.30 seconds remaining.
Hello, test. Okay, it's back. It's back. But, yeah, you got NASCAR into 4th. Let's see how these points worked out. But I'm pretty sure Infinity just NASCAR'd the field, settling the points early. So Infinity with Alien 4th, Mythical 3rd, and Mookie 2nd. And that's how it works out. Infinity and Mookie moving on. No ties. We didn't have to go to sudden death once. Sudden death's my favorite part. But now we're going into semis. Let's see how those look. Oh, I gotta delete some points. You can tell I'm prepared for this. I usually have a little more hell. Up here, Evan knows how to run all this stuff. Let's go ahead and delete the finals points too. So now, that is correct. We're going to have Flyboy, Postal Service, Mr. Chow's Calculus Sticks. I'll have channels for you guys in a second. But it's only 2 heats, so I need people to be on top of their stuff. So first heat, Flyboy. I'm going to try to keep you on the channel you were on last. Flyboy, you're going to stay on R8. And then we need Postal Service, which I believe was on R1. Yep, we're going to keep you on R1. Mr. Chows on R2. We're going to keep you there. And then Calculus TX. What channel are you on? You're on R8. So Calculus TX, you do have a channel change. You're going to R7. And then we have me. I'm going to keep me on R8. Followed by Quad Doc, keeping on R2. Infinity. Oh my gosh, that's going to suck. Infinity, you're going to have a channel change. You're going to R1. And then Mookie. Mookie's still in this one, ready to throw hands. He's going to R... Oh, actually, Infinity, go to R7. I'm going to put Mookie on R1 so we have the least amount of channel changes. Infinity to R7. So, the way our heats are looking right now, Postal Service, Mr. Chows, Calculus TX, and Flyboy, followed by Mookie, Quad Doc, Infinity, and Mondo. And while me and Mookie are battling it out, I'm going to need somebody else to run the timing laptop. Because Calculus TX, yes, R7. Everybody else on the same channel. Infinity, you're also going to R7, but everybody else in that heat is staying on the same channel.
Next up, round 5, race 1.
Flyboy's going to run. Well, you're in this
R1,
heat.
Mr. Chaws on R2.
You'll be
Calculus
running the next
TX
race.
on R7.
Because me and Mookie are in a
Flyboy
race
on
together.
R8.
You're in your own race up here with these guys. No pressure. Pilots making their way out there. It's going to be tough. Postal Service has only gotten faster as the day progressed. Flyboy, he can be fast, but he can also not even do a lap sometimes. But he's got that 533 jersey on. So we'll see if that kind of acts like a superpower for him. Mr. Childs, you're going to be on R2. Mr. Childs, also a 533 team pilot. We're going to see who's the faster team pilot between Flyboy and Mr. Childs. Heart of America FPV, big upsets. No Adrone, no Yossum. Well, actually, Adrone and Yossum are going to be coming back in our prop guard race. So we just need Adrone to get some prop guards on. He's going to be racing Flyboy. So it's going to be Adrone, Yossum, Flyboy, and Quad Dog. We can do it right before finals. How about that? So after we run semis, we'll do the prop guard race right before finals, and we'll go straight into finals. Does that sound like a good way to do it? 6 races, then finals. You think you can wait for that? You want to give Flyboy the whooping? I wanted you to actually battle it out rather than you like just losing a separate semifinal. Flyboy took Yossum out too. Yeah, it's just going to be a grudge match. Okay, pilots are ready, but right after semifinals, we're going to run a prop guard race. Are my pilots ready again? Just one last time? Yep, ground on the tone.
Arm your quads.
Send it.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Let's see what kind of lap times Mr. Childs pulls out in the semifinals. We've already seen some 13s from him. I think we've only seen 112, but that was whenever he had a bobble
Mr.
after.
Chaws, lap 1 in first.
So he was on the verge of reaching his
Postal
speed
Service
limit.
lap 1 in
So
second.
does he pull back or does he keep
Calculus
pushing?
TX lap 1 in third.
Postal Service in second, followed by Calculus TX in third, then Flyboy in fourth. Flyboy gets it wrong, allowing Calculus TX to just hold on to that third place position. But Postal Service not making it easy for either of them, but he gets it wrong in the corner. He has to go back over the line. There we go. Now on to lap 2.
Service lap 2.
Calculus TX right behind him, also on to lap 2 now, but Mr. Chow's about to shut it out.
Lap 2 and third. Calculus TX lap
If Mr. Chouse makes it onto, or finishes this 4th lap before they can make it onto lap 3, it's going to be over. And just like that, whoever crosses the line next, Postal Service in 2nd, followed by Calculus TX.
3 in 2nd. Calculus TX.
Mr. Chouse shutting it down as a 3-lap race once again. So that's going to be Mr. Chouse in 1st,
Calculus TX.
Postal Service in 2nd, Calculus TX in 3rd, and Flyboy in 4th. Mr. Chouse needs to quit shutting it down. He's making people not even get another lap to battle.
He got NASCAR.
He got NASCAR. Calculus, he got NASCAR. It was actually Postal Service in 2nd. Mr. Chouse keeps NASCARing the field.
No, FPV Tracks Kai does not take account.
Maybe there's a way to
Race
toggle
over.
it to do NASCAR roll, but not that I know of. Huh? Well, the race is just over after the 3rd lap, but it's good to keep flying just in case something was wrong, but Mr. Chouse did finish 4 laps. But Postal Service definitely had 2nd place.
Yep.
Next up, round
But now
5,
me and you
race
are up, so Flyboy, when you get a moment, I'm going to need you up here to run the timing lap time.
Infinity on R7, Mondo on R8.
Found something in my tools. I found the 533 token. Right there. The 533 token. Alright, I just heard Propsicle's rates, so who knows? They are pretty high up there, so I don't think I'm going to be trying those anytime soon. Semi-finals, Group 2, Heat 1. We're going to have Muki, Quad Dot, Infinity, and Mondo. Y'all get to see Mondo fly until the video goes to the FPV cameras because he's charging his radio. Alrighty. All pilots ready. Alrighty, here we go.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Mondo gets it wrong and is out. Mondo is
Infinity
down.
lap 1 in first.
Infinity's in first, Muki's in
lap 1
second.
second.
Quad Dot is
lap
not
1
far
in third.
behind Muki, less than a gate apart.
Yeah, that was a tragic midair followed by me hitting the ceiling and then immediately with the acceleration of gravity meeting a concrete floor. But now we're watching as Mookie, it says is in first, but I believe is in second. We're going to give Infinity an extra lap. Yeah, we've missed 2 laps so far for Infinity.
Infinity lap 3 in first.
But now Infinity is down.
Mookie lap 3 in second.
And that means Mookie might still be able to get first place in this one.
60 seconds remaining. Mookie finished in first.
Now, Mookie finishing it off. And then, did Infinity make it around? Looks like he did.
Infinity finished in second.
Yeah,
The Quad Doc and Mondo are down, so it's pretty safe to say Infinity got
30
second.
seconds remaining.
But we can re-watch that and see what happened for everybody on that one. Yeah, it missed. Yeah, I added it.
Race
After
over.
the fact, we can add some real laps. So let's see, who hit who? Did Infinity hit Mondo or did Mondo? Or no, I got scared by Infinity and then I hit a gate, I'm pretty sure. So I make it through this section. And then we're going into the triple gate section with Infinity right behind me. I go through, I see Infinity, and I'm like, I'm gonna take it tighter than him, and I took it too tight. And then I proceed to try to arm midair like I advised everybody else not to, hit the ceiling, and then smash it into the floor. So I'm pretty sure my quad's off, but if somebody can grab my quad down there, there's Infinity's first lap. It should be right in front of the timing gate on the ground right there by Infinity's feet. Is it right there? Yep, there you go. But here comes Infinity for lap 2. I'm pretty sure I had a fake lap right around here somewhere. When did Quad Dog get it wrong? Right there. Let's see what happened to Quad Dog. He's coming around. Does he hit the timing gate? I think he did because he ended up in net somehow. So he takes, oh, he hits the top bar, bounces all around. Does he try to take off again? He does. How did he end up in the net? Oh. So let's see. When did Infinity get that other lap? Looks like this one's real, I think. Yep, real enough. And then Infinity. Oh, no, he ends up on his lid over here somewhere. Or I thought he did. So he was done way before that, I think. Oh no, here he is on his lid. But he should have another lap in there, so he's done right there. Which puts Infinity in first? So he actually did 5 laps. So here's this. This is the 3rd lap, which I'm pretty sure was all good. He's just too fast. But that would still be Mookie's 2nd. So yeah, that was a legit lap right there. And then he just has a long 4th lap. So Mondo 4th place, Quad Doc 3rd place, Mookie 2nd, Infinity 1st. I think it's good to replay every heat in the final or semifinals, as many as we can, just because the spectators love replays. Now we're adding another round. Round 2, going straight into it, cloning this round, and then we're going to be fighting for points again. Postal Service, Mr. Childs, Calculus TX, and Flyboy. Let's make our way to the blocks.
Next up, round 6, race 1, with Postal Service on R1. Mr.
Looks like
Childs
the
on
pits
R2,
are starting to clear
Calculus
out
TX
a
on
bit.
R7, Flyboy on R8.
Or more people are just sitting down, it looks like. Everybody wants to hang out and put some chairs away. One of my favorite pastimes. Oh, they want to watch the prop guard race, and then they're going to freaking ditch us. I did find your poker chip. There's like 300 of these in circulation around the world. Postal Service, you're up in the seat. There he is. See, that's good that we have the pit cam. I can check on people now. Then I have my pilots directly behind me, able to check on them too, make sure they're good, ask them about their mental health after each heat. Flyboy's feeling great. What did you get last time? A 4th place. Who are we missing up here? Oh, we got 4 now.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5. Stand
was
down
me.
and disarm.
Sorry.
Race start cancelled.
My finger tapped it. Okay, he's good. We're going to be going on the tone.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Laws FPV says, NASCAR rules are lame. This isn't NASCAR, it's drone racing. I agree,
Mr.
but
Charles lap 1 in first.
we promised Chris Thomas we would follow his rule book since we are an official multi-GP spec. But Calculus TX is
Mr.
stuck in
Charles,
something.
2
Looks
in
to be a
first.
blue extension cord. Mr. Chalice on his lid, but just like that, he's back up in the air. Postal Service also working on lap 3, though. I'm pretty sure he's a little bit ahead of Mr. Chalice. Mr. Chalice working on the pass. This is not the best section to have. Oh, and as I say that, I was going to try to tell you it's not the best section to pass in. Smacks into Postal Service, and now he's under a chair. But luckily, Flyboy is also down, so you're pretty safe in second, Mr.
60
Chalice.
seconds remaining.
You know, Flyboy gets back in the air?
Postal Service finished in first.
I thought that was you trying to get back in the air. All of them? Yeah. I don't think you got mid-aired. You were trying to go for a pass in the tightest, probably, section of the course. We're going to rewatch it, see whose fault it is. I love to figure out whose fault the mid-air is.
30 seconds remaining.
But Flyboy, you're NASCAR, so you do get third.
Flyboy lap 2 in third.
But good racing, Flyboy. I'm going to watch this replay real quick. We had Mr. Chalice right on Postal Service's butt. He's on his lid. He's going, trying to catch up. Oh, no, that was after the mid-air. Yep, he tries to pass him in the corkscrew. So here we see Postal Service going under and over, and then Mr. Chalice taking it like a clothesline, and then neither of them see each other. I didn't see either one of them. Let's see, Mr. Chalice going over. Do we see Mr. Chalice? Chalice, are you running any LEDs? Oh, so that might make it harder to see. Because technically you should be a little bit in front. But yeah, you guys never see each other. You just went, you guys, prop screws, Mookie does. Here's some, you would need one more here to run prop screws. Great racing pilots. Flyboy's third. So we did Postal Service first place, Mr. Chalice second, Flyboy third, and Calculus TX fourth. But now we're going into me and Mookie's heat. Mookie and I's heat.
Next up, round 6, race 2, with Mookie on R1, Quad Doc on R2, Infinity on R7, Mondo on R8.
Yeah, Quad Doc's got a few more than 2 tiny trainers. How many tiny trainers you got, Quad Doc? He said, I'm not answering your question. Yeah, but you need 2 more now. I dropped one. Right after you left. But I'm going to get my quad ready. And then Caden Steckenrider, I need you over here to run a race.
All right, we're back on the good mic. Had to change the batteries. Oh yeah, those are the dead ones. The dead ones are on the floor, so they don't get put back in the. Yeah. Man, this one ain't looking good for me right now. I'm gonna have to get a first here to stand a chance. I'd have to get a first and Postal Service get a fourth. And that would tie me for second. Mondo is changing his props, he says, and then he'll be ready to go. Yeah, I've never seen an apple tower that big, you know. And then that load, that's just like, it's so satisfying. Like, I don't know why, but like, it just draws your attention to it. Alrighty, we got Mondo, Quad Doc, Infinity, and Muki. We're not quite ready yet. I think Mondo's getting his battery. We're finding out which one he has the most charged. Oh, we got all of them. There we go. There's some on the camera. Ooh. All right. We got Muki video. We got Mondo's video. Whose video's next? Here comes Mondo. Alrighty. Oh. No, go ahead. Alrighty, as soon as we get all pilots ready, we'll go green. Let me get a thumbs up from all pilots. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty, pilots, here we go.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Mondo has a little bit of a bobble, or my bad, Infinity had a little bit of a bobble there. Mondo's gonna be out in the lead with Infinity hot on him.
Muki lap 1 in first.
Muki had lap 1 in first, Mondo in second,
Lap 1 in third.
and Infinity in third.
Lap 1 in fourth.
But looks like Infinity takes over first with Mondo hot on his heels.
Lap 2 in first.
Oh, right through that finish gate,
Lap 2 in
it's putting in. Oh, it didn't pick up Infinity's lap.
Quad Doc lap 2 in third.
Mondo has a little bit of a bobble. That's going to give Muki a second to catch up. But Infinity is going to be in the lead, and it's not picking him up. With Mondo in second, Muki in third, not far apart at all.
60 seconds remaining. Mondo finished in
Infinity is going to be on his last, or maybe Infinity's done.
Finished in second.
It's hard to tell because it didn't pick up any of Infinity's laps.
Infinity lap 2 in fourth.
Like, none of Infinity's laps were picked other than the first one.
30 seconds remaining.
Okay, so that you might not have been here right at the beginning, but it might be Infinity in first. Oh, I know you did extra laps.
Oh yeah, you definitely did more than.
But, so here's Infinity's first, and then it would be around, oh, yeah, he was already on a lap here, so it missed this lap. So I think I did
Infinity
6
lap
laps.
3 and 4th.
I think Yuki's
Looks like
wrapping up a third.
Is there any way to get your VTX a little more power output?
I wonder what he's outputting at.
And there's lap 3.
He's definitely
Infinity
low.
finished
So he was in
first.
the lead there, and I'm behind. Because I'm pretty sure I missed the gate on the corkscrew on that one. First lap we were battling. Second lap we were battling. And then here's Infinity done. Oh, I caught that lap. Okay, so it has him in first, and it has me second. And then Quad Dog or Mookie. Oh, it looks like Mookie's gonna get third. And then Quad Dog in fourth. That was a good race. I wish I could watch my races as they were happening. But I still got a lot of work to do because I have a 4 under my belt. And Infinity has 2 1s. So Quad Dog a 4, Mookie making it hard for me because he's getting a 3 there. So I'm currently in 3rd place. I can't screw it up in these next rounds. Uh-oh. How did I lose inputs on this? Do we have a loose connection? Did somebody step on one of the HDMI cables over there? We're losing everything. But we can just keep going with this view. And we're going straight into Postal Service, Mr. Chow's Calculus
Round
TX,
7
and
race
Flyboy.
1 with Postal Service on R1, Mr. Chaw's on
I'm gonna
R2,
reset
Calculus
this
TX on
switcher.
R7, Flyboy on R8. Postal Service lap 1 in 2nd.
We should have
Calculus
audio
TX
back
lap
now.
1 in 3rd.
Sorry about that. Whenever I unplug things to fix things, we lost some audio, but we're still racing. Mr. Chowson first, Postal Service in second, followed by Calculus, then Flyboy. Everybody's still in the air. Mr. Chow's going on to lap 3, followed by, oh look at, it looks like he had a bobble, so Postal Service actually out in the lead. But this might be another heat, just like the last, where Charles goes for the pass over Postal Service, but there's not a lot of passing room on this track. But Mr. Charles still getting it wrong.
Calculus TX lap 3 and third. 60 seconds remaining.
Oh, Postal Service
Finished in first.
is done. Mr. Chouse working on lap 4. Flyboy said, I saw us.
Mr. Chaws finished in
But
second.
it's been giving Mr. Chouse some false
Calculus TX
reads.
finished in third. Mr. Chaws finished in third.
Yeah, I'm going to have to review some of Mr. Chow's laps. Yeah, this one is up for review.
Mr. Chaws finished in third. 30 seconds remaining. Race over.
So, there's a couple things I want to see here. Whether Mr. Chow's laps were real, and then Flyboy also said he saw us. So that was a real lap.
Oh, I definitely
This is
saw us when I was spinning.
Also a real lap, and then I guess it gets weird after this.
I could not keep it together that race. I just kept
Mr.
hitting
Chow's
everything.
crash. Oh, that's a real lap. We missed that one. You don't suck.
Alright, hello.
Okay. Mr. Chouse did get second.
And then
that
there's
would be
me saying
Calculus
hello.
TX third. We're about to see. Mr. Chouse, you did get second.
Alrighty. So,
Huh?
it does look like.
Yeah, I went through and verified all the laps. So, like, you can see him pass through this one right there. You can see him pass through on this one right here. You can see him pass through on this one right here. You can see him pass through on that one right there. So the way the points work out, we have Mr. Chouse and Postal Service moving on, and now we're going into semifinal Group B, where it's really up in the air on who's going to move on, because currently, Infinity in first, Mookie second, Mondo third, Quad Dog fourth, all within reach of each other.
Next up,
Yes,
round
Calculus
7, race
TX,
2.
you will be out. And then after this heat, if there's no sudden death, we will be going up in the air with our prop guard race. If our 4 pilots want to kind of, or I guess 3 pilots pick what channel you want to be on and leave Quad Doc on R2, and he can put his prop guard quad on R2. Everybody else get your prop guard quad on 1, 7, or 8. And that means Flyboy, Yawsome, and Adrian. But my turn to go up.
I'm on my way. Alrighty, I'm gonna be starting this race and installing my prop guards all at the same time. So, yeah, here we go.
So if you're going to be busy installing prop guards, can we get like Mr. Chouse up here to kind of spectate the race and make sure everything is true? Mr. Chouse? We need somebody to watch this heat and make sure the laps are valid, maybe commentate on it, and I feel like Mr. Chouse has the skill set necessary. Unless he's busy, I feel like we could probably find somebody else, but looks like he's making his way over. Yeah, he is busy kicking our butts.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have entered the arena.
How about that, Mookie? All right, we've got 4 ready pilots.
Where's the button? Got it.
Yep, start. We're ready to go. We let the lady do the talking. Here we go.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they are off, ladies and gentlemen. We have the red.
Ooh, that was a hard hit. All quads back up.
Who's going to
come
cross
around?
over first? It looks like
Mookie in
Mookie.
first, Mondo in second.
Quad
like-
dock lap 1 in second. Mondo lap 1 in third.
it's like
lap
Mondo
2 in first.
and Infinity are right on top of each other right now. Literally gate to gate. Oh, and then Mondo hits the end of the Texas clothesline.
Quad dock lap 2 in second. Mookie
Oh
lap
no,
Mondo's
Mondo
down.
is down and out. That gives Mookie and Infinity a chance, as well as Quad Doc.
60 seconds remaining. Mookie finished in first.
Yeah, was it not counting Infinity's laps?
Quad dock lap 3 in second. Race over.
So we're gonna go to the replay to see what actually transpired during this heat.
The results are in. Infinity only completed 1 lap that entire race.
Infinity lap 2 in third.
He is out of the competition. Sorry, Infinity. Here are your papers.
Infinity lap
Yeah, I
3
hear
in
that.
second.
Yeah, Quad Doc, you are done.
Quad Doc's going for
No, I mean,
bonus
really,
laps.
you can keep going, but it's not gonna get you anywhere.
Infinity finished in first.
Wait, how did Infinity go from fourth to first like that? That's some computer magic right there, Mondo. This is some special.
I had to go through, and it missed all his laps. So I just go through and I watch his laps, and then you just right-click whenever he passes through, and you just click Add Lap. And that's how he goes from fourth to first. Because it missed his first lap, it got his second lap, but then 3 and 4 it also missed. But it's because his VTX is a little underpowered. And I guess for these future heats, it's easy to just set him back to 100% because originally he was a little high. But you can change the gain per pilot. So if somebody's a little
pilot.
under, per pilot you can change their gain.
So trackside works that way, is that correct?
Yes. But yeah, we watched Infinity finish 4 laps, and then Mookie finished 4 laps, and then Quad Doc and Armando thought it was a good idea to remove the prop screws, and just like that, he removed himself from finals.
You know, I was actually out there talking to Josh about my battery lead just before that last heat and how I wanted to move it because it was too long. And then my prop got stuck in the battery lead. It was just like,
Infinity and Mookie moving on. So our finals are looking a bit like this. Postal Service, Mr. Charles, Infinity, and Mookie. Look at that heat. But first, we're going to do a prop guard race.
prop guards.
I'm going to create a practice round. This is the race everybody wants to see. Or I guess I can make it a race. It'll be A-Drone. What channel are you going to be on, A-Drone? I'll figure it out when they're out there. I think we're keeping Quad Doc on R2. Let's see if we can see them in the pits. Hey, Yawsome, what channel are you going to be on? 2. No, Quad Doc's on 2. A-Drone's on 1. And then that means 7 or 8 between you. That's a 7. Yawsome's on 7, and Flyboy's on 8. And now I need to get our line of sight cam set up real quick. I almost feel like I'm gonna have to play camera operator and
Next
make
up, round
the
8,
camera
race 1,
follow the
with
action.
A-Drone on R1, Quad Doc on R2, Yawsome on R7, Flyboy on R8.
So we have our launch pad over there. Look how bright that is. This is like Yawsome's dream right now. I'm totally just gonna hold this camera and try to follow the action. I'm not gonna be the best camera operator, so this seems like a bad idea. If I'm trying to commentate. Okay, now we're gonna have Steven Steckenrider over here pointing at the action. You can see what the camera sees. Yep, that's the LEDs for you. Is somebody plugged in the pits? Let's see real quick. Yeah, my quad's still plugged in out there. It's over in the corkscrew, I got it. I thought before I spoke I was going to try to blame somebody. I'm like, oh, dang it, it's me, isn't it? But this quad's done for the day because I didn't make finals. Okay, this is the most important race of the day. This is the prop guard race, and we're going to go on the tone. Looks like Yawsome needs to turn his video back on. Do you have video? I don't see you very well. Okay. I've heard that a few times. Yeah. A-Drone didn't have any antennas on his radio. Okay, we're gonna go on the tone. Prop guard race.
Army
These
of
are
quads.
LED prop guards.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Steven's gonna try to follow the action. And they're off. Looks like first one into the corkscrew is Adrian, but he gets it wrong. He's on the ground, so we have Yossam going in the triple gate section, followed by Flyboy, both going into the Texas clothesline. Who got it right? Looks like Flyboy making it around. Flyboy showing who is boss right now. But Quad Dog keeping it clean. Looks like Yossam has a quad recycling. But Adrian back in this race. Look at these LEDs. Still in first with Flyboy. You can see him going over the Texas clothesline. Into the corner, bringing it around for the timing gate. And that's 2 laps. I mean, these quads look like just flying LEDs right now. Flyboy still in first, Quad Doc in second, followed by Adrone in third. Adrone picking up the pace. Flyboy on his lid. Looks like a ball of fire out there. But Quad Dog coming around. Quad Dog now in first. We're probably missing all of Yossam's laps because his VTX seems a little low. He said somebody keeps hitting him in the same spot.
Yossam lap 2 and 4.
And that's Quad Dog with 4 laps, followed by Adrian gets it wrong. Does he go through the timing gate? Yeah, it's got a little crazy there. Quad Dog says he's running out of juice. He's going for lap 6.
Lap 3 and 3rd.
Woo! Quad Dog taking it home, followed by Adrone, then Yossam, then Flyboy.
Race over.
How was that for the pilots? Was it cool with all the LEDs, or did it make it hard? Caden says, I want to keep these. Okay, now we're actually going into finals. In finals, Redneck DRL says Mookie. I mean, they use them at monster truck shows. So we need Postal Service. What channel were you on? R1. And then we're looking for Mr. Chouse. Were you on R2? Yeah. And then we got Infinity on R7. And then Mookie on R8. Or as Caden says it, Mookie. Mookie.
Next up, round 9, race 1, with Postal Service on R1,
For all the
Mr.
marbles.
Chaws on R2, Infinity on R7,
So,
Mookie on
for
R8.
finals, you have to get a first or 2 seconds to make it into the winner takes all heat. Does that make sense to everybody? You need a first place or 2 second places to make it into the winner takes all heat. And then in the winner takes all heat, I think it's kind of self-explanatory, but the winner takes the boxer radio. That's what all is equal to at the moment. Infinity winning our super important heat earlier. That was for a free set of TinyTrainer props. Let's see if he can win a boxer radio. Double A says, yeah, Quad Doc, taking the trophy for the prop guard race. I don't know how that looked from the line of sight cam. That's all Steven. So if you did well, good job. Oh, these are my prop guards? I thought you said they didn't fit your quad. Josh found a way.
Well, Quad Docs was for 2 mil.
Oh, gotcha.
The one quad that gave me out for 2 mil as well, but I found a way to fit them on that.
TPU's stretchy if you give it enough force. You heading out? It's good to see you, Adrian. Tell you awesome. It was good to see him. You also, I hope you have a safe drive. Adrian, I hope your drive's safe. And Adrian, I'm sorry for the Texas clothesline. Okay.
Are we gonna worry about that gate over there now that we're going into the finals, having no LED on
Which
the
gate?
top? Over there, coming out of our
I can fix it.
clothes hanger.
I'm gonna fix the gate for you guys real quick.
Or not clothes hanger, our death corner. No, I'm talking about this gate. Oh, and our double is completely out.
Oh wow.
Just warm up those batteries, you know? Who's not plugged in over here? Muki unplugged, therefore he is the one not following along with letting it cook.
Got it. Looks like all the gates are all at one. Now we're back. No excuses.
I must steal my chair back.
That looks better. So remember, this is finals. You need a first place, or 2 second places, or 3 third places, or 4 fourth places.
Ooh. And what's the winner today?
A Boxer radio. I heard it's one of the best radios now. So, are my pilots ready? Seems to look like it. We're gonna be going on the toe.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they're off. Hopefully it catches Infinity this time. But Infinity and Mr. Charles right on top of each other. Infinity first one out of the corkscrew, then followed by Mr. Charles. Catches Infinity on his first lap, catches Charles on his first lap, catches Postal Service.
Second.
Followed by Mookie, but we did not catch Mookie.
Infinity.
Oh, no, Infinity gets it wrong, letting Mr. Charles go on to lap 3 in first place. Infinity trying his best to get out from under that gate. Still 2 heats to go for them, but Mr. Charles might be taking this one easily. But Postal Service is close behind, only 1 obstacle behind him.
Charles lap 3 in first. Postal Service lap 3 in second.
1 lap to go for Mr. Charles. Infinity back in the air. What can he do?
Mr. Charles finished in first.
Great flying by Mr. Charles. Taking the first place, followed by Postal Service in second.
Finished in third.
But remember, you need a first or 2 seconds. But that's Mr. Charles with the first, Postal Service with a second, Infinity third, Mookie fourth.
They didn't pick up any of Mookie's
Didn't pick up any of
lap.
Mookie's laps, so I'm going to go back and double check.
Race over.
Mookie, I'm going to crank your sensitivity a little bit. Just so we can try to catch you on the next one. We're going to add a clone round and go
Next
through
up,
the same
round
heat.
10, race 1, with Postal Service on R1.
But we need to
Mr.
rewatch that
Charles
last
on R2,
one just
Infinity
because
on
we didn't
R7,
catch Mookie.
Mookie on R8.
Let's see, Mookie, when did you make it through? Here's your first lap. Did you catch it? No.
Mookie lap 2 in fourth. Mookie lap 3 in fourth.
Yeah, your HD0 looks extra weak this heat. Oh, there was a lap that it didn't catch.
Mookie finished in first.
Oh, so down here.
Thanks for trying, lady.
Yeah, it still gave you a fourth. You did finish fourth, though, and we got your laps.
Didn't crash.
Going again. Remember, you need a first or 2 seconds. Heading out. It's good to see you. Prop guards are awesome. Just wait for us.
Hey, I think at I.O., you know how they do that TinyTrainer race?
I didn't even know when that was happening last time.
You know, I went and competed in it because I was out of packs for World Cup. And I think this year, I think they should wait till dark and either give you the option to go do that race or the tiny whoops. But if you go do that race, you have to have the LED prop guards.
Oh, it did look cool. It was almost like Cinewoop Racing.
Kind of felt like a Cinewoop.
Like the way Quad Dog was flying, it looked like he was flying a Cinewoop. He like kept it planar the whole time. It's got a lot of extra weight on the arms, so it's probably not that nimble.
Stand down and disarm. Race
Yeah, my
start
pilot's
canceled.
ready.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
She's gonna not actually start. We're gonna be starting as soon as Mookie's ready. You ready, Mookie? Okay.
Arm your quads.
Now it's real.
Starting on the tone in less than 5.
Infinity gets it wrong. He's on the ground. Now we're watching Mr. Chouse go through the Texas clothesline, followed by Postal Service. Mr. Chouse on the lap 2, followed by Postal Service on lap 2. Infinity back in the air, going on to lap 2. Not too far behind. 2.5 seconds to make up. Nothing that's impossible. Mookie gets it wrong. Rainbow screen of death. Mr. Chouse coming around on to lap 3. Postal Service on to lap 3, followed by Infinity. Only 1.1 seconds back.
Lap 2 and 3rd.
If he takes the second from Postal Service, they're both going to be battling for that last second place. Mr. Chouse going on to lap 4. Postal Service, then Infinity. They're right on top of each other, battling for second place. Mr. Chouse pretty far out in the lead at the moment. Let's watch as they go through. Infinity takes the pass in the Texas clothesline, finishing it off in second place. Now Postal Service still looking for another second place. But Mr. Chouse keeping it strong with 2 first place finishes. Infinity keeping it clean because he had to.
Race over.
We're going again. Postal Service, Mr. Chouse, Infinity, Mookie.
Next up, round 11, race 1.
Currently,
Postal Service
only
on R1.
Mr. Chouse
on R2.
has a first.
Infinity on R7.
Now Infinity
on R8.
and Postal Service need a second or a first to make it into that winner-takes-all heat. But I need to mark this because Mr. Chouse...
Hasn't Mr. Charles won this? Because can't no one catch Mr. Charles?
This isn't points pace. This is winner-takes-all heat pace. This is very DRL.
So there is still that chance.
There is that chance. It comes down to that winner-takes-all heat, and that's when you have to put on the show, you know?
All right, we're taking dollar bets on the winner takes all.
Dollar bets. All I got is 20s. Mookie's not even worried about it.
Don't worry, the lights will come on once we have to pick up and put out chairs.
How many people are still hanging out to help put the seats back? Oh, you did rip it off.
We got
a couple. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people out there still ready to help us put away chairs. Oh, there's Quad Dog. There's Steven. 533. Oh, we still got Alien and Zombie. Yeah, see, we got some help. It's going to be harder than you think. Not only do you have to carry all the seats out, but you have to move them back and forth 20 times because it's never really sure if they're in the right place.
Brought my 533.
Double A says later, awesome. They probably went already, but we still got a couple people hanging out. They have a long drive back home, and they're heading home tonight.
I also have a long drive, and I'm heading back tonight. So,
well, you're not driving.
Well,
you're gonna fall asleep,
but
and then you're gonna be like, we're home.
I fell asleep on the way up here, so we'll see. Probably will, but who knows? Most of the time I do fall asleep, But there's always those days that sometimes I don't.
Good story, Pete.
I think this camera has like completely like kicked me. Oh, no.
It's because it's following me.
It's just like zoomed in like right on you.
Here, let me bring it here. I'll do this. It'll stop following me. And then look, we have the perfect camera view.
That's a pretty fancy camera. Is that DJI one?
Insta360.
Oh.
Waiting on these pilots to get plugged in. Looks like we got a couple people sitting there in chairs, just kind of relaxing, if you can see them over there. Let me circle these pilots right here. You can shoot them hanging out. Looks to be Postal Service and somebody else. But this is Heat 3 of Finals. We need another first or another second. Or else it's just Mr. Chouse all by himself in the winner takes all heat. We will make him fly it. We will make him fly it.
If he doesn't finish 3 laps, no one wins. The coupon goes back to Radio Master, and they give it back to us for the next race.
I can't believe I took my prop screws out in confidence and then got taken out by a missing prop.
I don't know. After mine and Yasam's extremely hard hitter.
I swear my props used to stay on way better. So maybe it's a thing where there's so many TinyTrainer props that have been produced that we need a new mold or something. Because they're definitely not as tight as they used to be.
I remember I used to like struggle to get mine on, and now I can just like.
Yeah, the hole has either gotten bigger or the shaft has gotten smaller. We have to talk to somebody about that. Engineer used to put a little dab of super glue on every prop. Let's see, Postal Service, I'm not getting any video from you. And we got Mr. Chouse, are you over here? You are. Infinity's looking good. Are my pilots ready? Okay, we're gonna go on the tone. Last heat of finals.
Arm your quads.
Then the winner takes all
Starting on the
heat.
tone in less than 5.
Looks like Mr. Chouse first into the triple gate section, but Infinity looking to make the pass in the corkscrew. He does, and he's going to be the first one around, followed by Mr. Chouse. Postal Service on his lid, so Infinity's going to need to pull out this first or this second. Mookie close behind, getting it wrong in the triple gate section, going into the Texas clothesline.
Mr. Chouse lap 2 in
Mr.
second.
Chouse and Infinity onto lap 3. Looks like Infinity's still on the lead, but they are right on top of each other. They need to think about spacing here. Oh, Infinity goes over the gate, so now he's battling for second place. They are even closer to each other now. Mr. Chouse gets it wrong. Infinity on lap 4, just needs to finish it up, but he has a bobble.
Mookie lap 3.
The Texas clothesline, the creepy corner, and Infinity finishing off in first, followed by Mr. Chouse in second, and Postal Service maybe in third?
Postal Service lap 3.
And I think that's he still needs another lap, so that's actually Mookie in third because of the NASCAR rule. So we're gonna have a 1v1
Postal Service
winner takes all heat between Mr. Chouse and Infinity.
30 seconds remaining.
Go get
I'm
some
not
new
mistaken,
props,
right?
go get some new
Race over.
batteries.
If I'm not mistaken, right there, Postal Service and Mr. Chaws collided when Infinity and Mr. Chaws were the closest they'd been the whole race.
Yeah, they were right on top of each other. So we're gonna clone it, but I'm gonna remove 2 pilots because it is just Mr. Chouse versus Infinity.
No pressure, pilots. There's the Radio
Next up, round 12,
Master
race 1. With Mr. Chaws on
Boxer,
R2.
right?
Infinity on R7.
It's called the Boxer, right?
The Boxer, yes. The winner takes home the Boxer. I also have a TinyTrainer V2 frame up for grabs. And anybody that stays and helps put some chairs back, I have some koozies, some 533 koozies for the help. So you can go home and like just enjoy a crisp, refreshing Dr. Pepper wrapped in your 533 koozie. You can never have enough 533 koozies. But
Won't lie,
I guarantee these pilots are making sure their quads are 100,000% ready to go. Yes, it is. Mr. Charles thought he had no chance today because he's been out of the game so long. But really, like I said it earlier today, it's anybody's race.
After seeing how close Mr. Charles and Infinity were right there,
It's going to be a race.
I feel like there might be a midair.
Yeah, good chance of that. Really good chance of that. I guess since this is finals, we probably needed the mid-air roll for the whole shot. Do we need one for this heat? We didn't have any whole shot mid-airs in any of those. But let's call the first gate of this corkscrew the whole shot gate. If they collide before that, we'll rerun it. You hear that, guys? Mr. Childs, Infinity, the whole shot gate is the first gate in this corkscrew over here. If you both make it through that, then we keep going. If you mid-air before that and it ends in I guess a crash, then we rerun it. Yeah, I'm not getting your video either. Okay, pit switch. Are my pilots ready? Okay, guys, no pressure. This is only for the newest, most awesome, most ergonomic, best in-hand feel radio on the market, the Radio Master Boxer on the tone, guys.
Arm your quads. Starting on the tone in less than 5.
And they're off. And just like last heat, they're right on top of each other. It's the same thing. Mr. Charles with an early lead, but then a quick pass by Infinity, both into the clothesline together, bringing it over the top through the timing gate, right on top of each other. It's calling Mr. Charles first, Infinity second. Only separated by 0.16 seconds. Mr. Charles with a slight bubble, allowing Infinity to get the lead. Let's see if Infinity can keep it clean because Mr. Charles is going to need it because their lap times are so close to each other. He's 1.5 seconds back. Either needs another gear and another bobble, but that's one of the quickest recoveries I've ever seen from him.
Mr. Chaw's lap 3 in first.
I need to add a lap here.
Infinity lap 3 in second.
Both on their final lap. Infinity bringing it into the creepy corner, and just like that, that's Infinity in first place. Mr. Charles in second. Let him run it.
60 seconds remaining.
Did yours just die?
I think it's getting close to dying.
Fully charged now that I changed the battery.
Great flying pilots.
Race over.
Infinity. Wait, I gotta give Infinity a coupon. Infinity, stay up here with me real quick. What did I do with your coupon? I put a lot of time into making this. It is probably the most legit trophy ever offered. Here, let's do this real quick. If I do this, it'll follow me up. Look at that. Now we're both in shot. So, have you been looking for a new radio?
Mine is certainly showing lots of sign of wear. So.
Okay, well, you get to try a Radio Master Boxer, which is now Minchie and Kim's favorite radio. So, you can use this to redeem one. We didn't get the boxers in time, but yeah, as soon as they come in, I will ship you one, and you can hold on to that. You can probably frame it or something because it's so beautiful.
Yes.
But how's it feel to win a TinyTrainer race?
Yeah, it's super exciting. I've never been to a TinyTrainer race before, but I've been practicing a lot, so I'm really happy I could show up and take the win.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming out, and you did a great job.
Yeah, thanks so much, Amanda.
And everybody that was watching, thank you for watching. We had a great time today. Next race, I need to remember the date, but I'm pretty sure you can look it up on fly533.com. And we will be scheduling another race before that just because we missed our January date. So we will be adding another race to the calendar. And then we will soon be announcing exactly how our championship will work. But we have some special trophies for that race, and I think everybody's going to be pretty excited about them. But once again, thanks for joining us. We couldn't do this without you guys.